All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today to the town of Middleton. My name is Justin Saltzback. I'm the town administrator here. As a lot of you are aware, we're on day 17 of a fairly catastrophic and ongoing fire event, something that's not only unique to Middleton, but unfortunately we're seeing across the Commonwealth and across the Northeast realistically. So at this point in time, locally, we're seeing just under 250 acres, roughly 80% contained between Middleton and North Reading. It's something that has really been a collaborative approach in terms of the resources, access to resources, not only local response, but mutual aid from surrounding communities, as well as support from the state, from the governor's office, the folks that are members of our State House delegation on Beacon Hill. We're all kind of in this together and actively working towards it. So real quickly, I'd like to just thank local fire departments, MEMA, the Department of Fire Services, DCR, Forestry, Danvers Water, where we're at right now, the Massachusetts State Police, the National Guard, as well as local businesses and residents in Middleton who have really shown their character in this moment and stepped up to support our first responders here in town. So under the leadership of Chief Lacoste here, our fire chief, the response has been exceptional, and there's still a long way to go. And so with that said, I'm going to hand it off to Governor Healey. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks, Administrator. Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I want to thank the Administrator. I want to thank others who are here today. We have our Select Board Chair, Rick Cassiotis, our Fire Chief, as noted, Chief Lacoste, members of the State Legislature, Senator Tarr, Representative Cairns, Representative Jones, members of our Public Safety and Security team, including our Secretary, Terry Reedy, Deputy Secretary Sue Terry, our MEMA Director, Don Brantley, our State Fire Marshal, John Davin. We also have our Secretary of Energy and Environmental Affairs, Rebecca Tepper, our DCR Commissioner, Brian Arrigo, DCR Chief Fire Warden, Dave Salino, North Reading Fire Chief, Donald Statz. We thank you all for being here today. I just want to begin by thanking the firefighters who've been out there for weeks now, really battling winds, battling this drought, and battling an unprecedented number of wildfires in our state. In November alone, we've already seen a more than tenfold increase in firefighters from what is the average. Last month, we saw a 1,200% increase in October for what the number of fires are typically for October. So that just speaks to the severity of this moment, how extreme the situation is, and the incredible work that these men and women have been having to do for days now to work to keep our communities safe. So I appreciate the immense effort and their sacrifice, and also the risks that they are putting in. 3 firefighters in Massachusetts have been injured. A firefighter in New York was recently killed due to falling trees, and we keep them in our prayers and know that there are a lot of risks associated with this job. I'm also here today to speak directly to the public, to let the public know that a lot of these fires that we're seeing, they're caused by human behavior, okay? Now is not the time to burn leaves. Now is not the time to go outside and light a fire out back and sit around one of our stoves. It's just not that time. And so my ask to the public is that you do everything that you can to minimize the risks, to protect our communities, to conserve water, and to support our firefighters. In Massachusetts, as I said, we had 208 fires in October. As of this weekend, 192 have been logged for November alone. And air quality continues to be affected in communities. The state has been providing emergency services, coordination, and resources through MEMA, DCR, our Department of Fire Services, the state police, the National Guard, who, by the way, is responsible for a lot of the water drops. We appreciate the work of the National Guard, the Department of Environmental Protection, the Department of Public Health, and mass.gov. We're also receiving mutual aid assistance from Maine and New Hampshire through the Northeast Forest Fire Protection Compact. Current weather conditions, as you can see, present a very challenging situation. and we continue to face severe wildfire risk in Massachusetts. The National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning for almost all of Massachusetts today, meaning any outdoor fire is likely to spread and spread quickly and be very difficult to extinguish. We're in the midst of an extreme drought throughout every region in our state. We've had extremely low rainfall the last couple of months. Our Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs has issued a level 3 critical drought alert for the central region of our state, as well as the northeast region where we are now. Western Massachusetts, Connecticut River Valley region, the southeast region are currently at level 2, which is still a significant drought condition. So what this means is that our groundwater levels have declined. That means there's less in our rivers and in our lakes. And it means I'm asking the public to conserve water at this time because we need it to fight fires. It's really important that people do things like run their dishwasher less frequently. Make sure you're running your washing machine only at full capacity. Take shorter showers. I'm going to tell my kids, take shorter showers and fix plumbing leaks immediately. This is important because we got to conserve water because it's being used right now to fight these fires. And finally, most importantly, no outdoor fires while these conditions continue. Some state parks have temporarily closed because of fires in that area, or they're being in a real high-risk area. We've put a ban on open flame and charcoal fires at all of our state parks. Pay attention to local restrictions and guidance. And please, everybody, just use common sense and don't contribute to creating risks. No fire pits, no charcoal grilling, no burning leaves, nothing that can send sparks right now. So let's do it. Let's work to make their job less difficult, and let's all stay safe and alert. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to our State Fire Marshal, John Davin.
Thank you, Governor. This has been an unprecedented fall fire season in Massachusetts. I want to join Governor Healey in recognizing the monumental work of the state's firefighters over the past several weeks. Many of them have been working for days on end to protect their communities, and they're also deploying across the Commonwealth as part of our statewide fire mobilization plan to help protect other communities, and their work has been nothing but heroic. I have two core messages today. The first is to the public, and as the governor said, please use common sense. The weather conditions in Massachusetts have left outdoor fuel sources extremely dry. Any fire will spread quickly and will become very difficult to control. The fire will burn wide and it will burn deep into the ground. Follow all local and state guidance on outdoor fires and use extra caution with anything that could create sparks or embers, like power equipment or fireplace ashes. And if you see smoke or flames nearby, call 911 right away. The sooner we hear about a fire, the better chance we have of containing it. Second, I want to address the fire service. Firefighters from our cities and towns, DCR, and our partners from out of state, please be careful. As you know better than anyone else, these fires are labor-intensive events. Effective rehab is going to be vital to your health and safety. Stay alert for environmental hazards like tree snags, and we've been getting reports of trees and limbs falling at a lot of these fires, and unfortunately we have had a few firefighters be injured. And tragically, as the governor said, a forest ranger in New York lost his life over the weekend. And we lost a firefighter in Connecticut last week due to an ATV crash. It's a reminder of the hazards we face while operating in these environments in these off-road vehicles. Finally, I want to remind all the fire chiefs that our DFS resources are available to support you and your firefighters. We have drones, off-road vehicles, rehab units, and incident support units are all available, along with personnel to staff them. We've been working closely with our partners at MEMA, DCR, and the National Guard, and all of our state partners will meet your requests. We'll be there whenever and wherever you need us. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Now I want to welcome up our Chief Fire Warden for the state, Dave Salino.
Thank you, Governor and Marshall. I couldn't do it better, state it better myself on the messaging. What I will tell you is the story of how we got here and the why of why we see fires burning like this in October and November. The governor said it very eloquently. What a huge increase. We averaged 15 fires, wildland fires, in the last 6 years in the month of October, and we're at 212 logged into the system here this year. And on day 12 of November, we're at actually 261. Those numbers are fluid, by the way. There's so much activity going on that they're changing by the hour as we get fires into the system. And so where did this start? It really started at the end of August. At the end of August, we started to see a shift in the weather pattern, and we started to see dry periods work themselves in. And lo and behold, not much rain in the month of October. We started to see a lot of fire activity by middle October, starting to ramp up, and the fire behavior changed. It starts to burn deep into the organic soils, and every single day now that we go without precip, the situation gets worse. And what does that mean for us in the firefighters on the ground? And the marshal put it very well. Now for me, on a daily basis, I'm concerned about firefighter safety because this ramps up. And the reason that it ramps up is every day, every operational period that we go, and we go long operational periods into the night, every day that we go through, the fatigue factor starts to increase. And when fatigue factor increases, decision making starts to become a challenge. And so we want the public to know that. I'm going to add on to what the marshal and the governor said, that we're going to speak right to the public that all of these fires, by the way, are human caused. There's been no lightning systems in the area in October and November, and that's the natural cause of wildland fires. And so we know that all of these fires are human caused in some form or fashion. And so before you go out and light that campfire in the backyard or in the woods, in a state park, state forest, wherever you are, or burn a debris pile, there will be an escape. And if you leave a campfire unattended, there is no doubt that under these conditions it will escape. And it's going to affect your town firefighters and the state resources that you see here. So with that said, I wanted to thank all of the town firefighters and the state resources for their efforts. What a fantastic job. If you look at the map on the incident command post back here, you'll see a lot of dots on the map. A lot of those fires are out, and the reason that they're out is because the local firefighters got on them and kept them under an acre or 2 acres, something manageable. We have about 13 or 14 fires out there that went beyond that containment, and they're going to stay active now until we get a season-ending event that brings a lot of precipitation or snow or finally frost in the ground. So these fires are not going to go out. The Middletown Pond fire here will continue to burn interior, and you'll see efforts on a daily basis to watch that containment and keep it secure. So keep the firefighters in your thoughts and prayers as we go through this. And with that, I want to introduce the star of the show here at Middleton Pond, and that's Chief LaCoste.
Good morning, everybody. So first off, I just want to start by thanking the following agencies for participating in this historic event. First off, the Middleton Fire Department. Our staff has been working hard for a number of days now. We're in day 17. They've been fantastic, and I really appreciate it. Also, the 70 area fire departments across the Commonwealth that have participated in this event as well. They played a huge role in working to extinguish this fire, and we certainly appreciate it. The DCR staff, you guys are the true heroes. You're the experts. We certainly rely on you for your expertise. They've been fantastic, along with the DFS staff, MEMA staff. They've provided the kind of my home away from home for the past 17 days. setting up that command post, and the Mass State Police with them supplying the drone units for us. As far as the fire updates, as the town administrator mentioned, the fire is approximately 80% contained with an acreage of about 242 acres. So right now we're just patrolling the perimeter, trying to contain the hot spots inside the box, and we're going to be here for multiple days. The fire is going to emit smoke for a number of days until we get some substantial rain, so we're just going to keep plugging along as long as needed. Another safety reminder, in addition to the ban of the outdoor flames, we're seeing people that they want to go in the woods and kind of survey the damage. We ask that you stay out of the woods. So many of the trees have been weakened by these fires, so we worry about trees falling. So if you could please stay away from the woods, let us do our job, and we'll get there eventually. So thank you very much. I want to turn it over to Chief Stats now for a few statements.
Thank you, Chief Lacoste. Good afternoon, everybody. Just echoing Chief Lacoste's statements and everybody around or behind me. I just want to thank the public support of the fire service in general, and also speaking to the safety concerns that were made before. Please, 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 no outdoor fires. This has been extremely difficult to deal with, and I think you'd be doing us a great service by just heeding those warnings. So again, thank you for your support, and you can do more by supporting us by just taking note of those warnings. So thank you.
Thanks,
Governor.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Chief. We're happy to take any questions on topic.
When you talk about how a lot of these fires are man-made, anticipate that these charges are people who are starting them and active fires that will prevent it?
Now, that'll be the determination of local law enforcement. But again, the point is, let's not get ourselves in that position to begin with.
Governor, how's the state preparing for years, future years, with situations like this? What are we doing right now to handle it better or be more prepared?
Well, I welcome my colleagues, but look, I am so amazed and impressed by the coordination, on full display here between local and state agencies and authorities. We're going to continue to fund and provide resources, though they have been taxed, with this and a lot of extra hours and overtime. And, that's going to be a hit to municipal budgets. We know that. But I think we've got to continue to do the work investing and making our state as resilient as possible to more extreme weather. You guys covered extreme floods in central and western Massachusetts, right? Now we're experiencing this unprecedented wave of brush fires. So, we got to continue to make sure that we're supporting the infrastructure to deal with a changing climate and doing the very best we can to keep our communities and people safe.
Governor, are you taking any extra precautions as far as the air quality concerns, especially perhaps with athletes having trouble trying to compete or practice? Is that a concern at all?
As of this time, no. But we'll leave that to local authorities. We'll continue to monitor the situation, and I think, it's a good point. People got to be smart out there when they can smell and see in the air that there's smoke. Know that means, it's really poor air quality.
Governor, we talked a lot about groundwater due to the drought being a lot drier underground. Some towns and communities in the state are dealing with major water concerns. The town of Attleboro, a surface water community, they have major concerns asking people to cut back. They're reaching out to the state to maybe work in some wells that have been cut off for them that they're not using. Is that something the state is working with them, or other communities dealing with similar issues because of this?
Well, I'll let the secretary add any comments, and our MEMA director as well. But, I'm grateful. This is the Danvers water plant. It's been tapped a lot lately, right out there, and, a lot of drops, credit again to the Guard and the state police, the drone unit. But a lot of work is happening, and levels are really low. And so, we'll do all that we can to support our local communities in what is a challenging time. Do you have anything to add on that front?
So MEMA's role in something like that would be if there is a water crisis in a city or town, we would provide access to state-level contracts for water distribution and support community points of distribution for water. Outside of that, then working with the town and address any other emergency needs as they arise.
Okay. I don't have a figure for that. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe out there. And thank you to all the men and women who have been working so hard over the last few weeks. I hope that the wind subsides and that we get some precipitation really, really soon. Take care.